Hello, everybody. This is in response to the thread that's on the Civilization Fanatics forum about being able to get the National College up in 60 turns. And so we're playing Korea on Deity with on a Pangaea standard, everything. Quick combat is the only thing I've selected. I don't have any mods at all installed on this game. Now, I re-rolled several times for whatever reason. I don't know why. I kept getting starts that had like 2 salt or 3 salt or a bunch of marble and whatnot. So I honestly just got tired of restarting. So we're just going to go ahead and go with this. This is a pretty good start. You know, we're going to get the marble, which is pretty awesome, but it's compensated for the fact by that you know, it's going to grow out here. So, and I guess I might as well throw in here right now that if you're going to try to get the National College out in 60 turns, you're not going to do it if we start in place right here. You know, our hill starts mandatory. Well, maybe no, but you know, if you want the early hammers, then yes, they are. And I think we're going to probably be starting up on that hill because our cultural borders are going to grow across these useless tiles down here, and we won't see these hills anytime soon. Let's just have a quick look over here. Yeah, we'll start right up here. Wow, we're getting 2 marble. Yeah, nice. Okay. Well, maybe this is going to be a little stronger of a start than I was really hoping it would be. The point that I was trying to make is that you can do this on a start that is more average than overpowered. But, yeah, whatever. Okay, so we're going to put out a scout. This is a Pangaea map, so it's usually a good idea to put out 2 scouts. Now, I want to note also that calendar is on the way to philosophy, so having calendar text is good. And this start is somewhat compensated by the fact, long term, that having these guys on the river is just kind of sucky because we're not going to get full benefit out of the food. So, but anyways, yeah. And so we're just going to go straight for writing and nothing else. But I need to add also that, you know, this start is the one piece of luck that is really important in this is that you are not sitting next to Shaka or, you know, somebody like that. That, you know, you're actually going to be able to, you know, peacefully grow your city out. You know, I mean, how often does that happen? Well, you know, it happens, you know, often enough. I mean, it's... there are, what, 43 civs in the game now? So the chance of you getting, you know, starting right next to, immediately next to, you know, some super hostile AI is, you know, like Montezuma. It's not so great. Yeah, he's obviously right here because that's his, you know, one of his warriors. So I don't know if that's his capital down here or if it's a satellite city or what that is. But and we have salt down here, and you know, I don't know that we're going to be able to beat him for that salt, if we're even going to want to try to. But one thing we do want to do is we want to meet, and this is really, 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 really important. We want to meet as many civs as we possibly can, as early as we possibly can. And the reason for that is that we really, really, really want to get an early declaration of friendship. And in my experience, you pretty much always will get an early dock. It's very rare that you won't, provided you meet enough civs. Culture. We'll just go straight into tradition here. I like tradition starts the best for this. It's just me. I think there is a lot good to be said about opening Liberty. I think that when you're playing some sort of science-oriented, which this is, you know, just sort of by its nature, you're playing for some sort of science victory. That, you know, a tall empire via tradition is the best way to go. Oh boy! Now we know where all the barbaroons are. All right, so we'll send this guy. I think I'm going to bring the warrior back up to bust that fog up there, and we'll just send this guy down. We'll send him down around. And let's go ahead and move this over to the gold. Make some more gold. Put out the monument. And the timing on this is pretty consistent. That unless we like actually step on a whole bunch of population runes, or culture runes, I mean, we should be able to get 2 scouts out, and then get the monument pretty much just in time. If you do 3 scouts and then monument, on tradition you'll usually miss the free monument. You'll end up getting a free monument, which is not desirable. I mean, it's not the end of the world, but whatever. Keep pushing growth. Growth, growth, growth. Alright, so 3 turns to the next policy. And we are probably going to miss it. Not the end of the world, like I said. I mean, if you get the free, I mean, if you end up with a free monument, you end up with a free monument. So, I mean, I probably could have just have hammer focus there. It would have been, you know, gotten the monument up first. It is wasted hammer. So I am going to go ahead and do that. Because we're going after the National College, so we're going to want that guy anyways. Normally you get that policy sometime while you're building the National College. I don't particularly want to, you know, I mean, I've already invested a bunch of turns into that monument, and I don't, you know, I could have been building a worker if I was going to be getting a free monument. So, wow. All these rooms. There is a certain temptation on my part to not really scout that much at all, just simply because, well, like right there, you know, I'm totally in range now of buying a worker. You know, I mean, I can, you know, borrow the money that I need. I mean, it's, you know, I mean, just that one rune right there, you know, gives me that little leg that I need to buy the worker. Or I could have stepped on calendar and totally accelerated my pathway to, you know, getting up to philosophy. So I think we are going to go ahead and well, we're not friends with anybody yet, and it doesn't look like anybody likes us well enough. So anyways, we'll just go ahead and we'll sit on the gold and we'll see if we can earn enough. We're going to build a worker right after this. You know, sort of ideally, stealing a city-state worker is really the thing to do. And I know there's been a sort of a debate going on about that recently, which I didn't join in, I don't think, on the forums. So I'm not going to join in. Sailing is not quite a useless tech on Pangaea maps. Not anymore. Because we get a free trade route out of it. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and build a worker. The worker's done with the light. Okay, I'm going to bring this. I don't know. Got a long way to go. Still haven't decided whether I'm going to actually steal this worker up here or not. It's just looped up and he's looking fun. Right. So clearly we want calendar. Clearly we want masonry. Calendar is on the way to philosophy, so that's the direction we'll go. Have to sort of figure out where we want to build our next city too. One of the nice thing about having Venice as a neighbor is that you don't have to worry about him expanding India. But the only thing that's nice about having him as a neighbor, though, you know, he does tend to be a good neighbor, and he does tend to be rich. So sending trade routes to him is always pretty profitable, which I like. Doesn't look like there's going to be much of anything up there. I'm going to go ahead and just pop up. Yeah, there is another city-state up there. It looks like we grabbed that here finally too. So. Oh, no, there's not. No, it's just the ice. All right, so do I steal it, bring it home, or not? I'm gonna steal it. Is he being protected? Ah, he's being protected. Okay, so never mind. I prefer not to take the diplomatic hit. Definitely prefer not to take the diplomatic hit. But that said, I will take the diplomatic hit, sort of without question. Sort of nice, we do know now that Arabia's in the game, and presumably, yeah, there's a trade caravan, so we'll go up there and meet him. Hopefully the city-state up over here. I'm a little slow about meeting the rest of the AI. Would like to meet them sooner rather than later. There we go.
مرحبا أيها العجمي. أنا
I'm actually
هارون
going to
الرشيد
sell.
خليفة العرب. هلم إلي وحدثني عن إمبراطور.
I've taken to, in most of my games, trading rather than selling embassy. But for this particular gambit, and it really is a gambit, in my opinion, it's a better idea to sell them for the gold per turn. Because, wow. Okay. That is fair game as far as I'm concerned. That is not a city-state worker, that is a barbarian worker. Chase this guy around and hopefully you'll get nabbed over here by what's his name? Alright, so that barbarian is headed this way. I'm gonna send this guy back this way and see if I can help get that worker. I'm not sure exactly where he went. Alright, now we'll get our food going here. Our timing is a bit off on that. We're gonna have to take the happiness before we take the food, which is sort of unfortunate. But it is what it is. Now presumably there is a barb camp here that this guy is headed for. And we get the archer up there, we can probably steal that worker from the barbs. And it might be that barb camp, in fact, that he's headed for. I do definitely want to beat Venice to it, which I may not be able to do. Now look at this. This just kills me. This is what they do on Deity, and it's like, you know, wow, we need a whole army to go kill a barb camp. We can't just send a couple of units. No. So let's go around this way. Oh, he's headed down this way. That's good, actually. That's in my favor because he's headed closer to us. I'm sort of giving up good scouting here just to go chase down one stupid worker, but you know, I think it's probably worth it. Having two workers in the capital early in the game is of really, really high importance. Oh wow, my worker, and we will take that worker. I'm kind of curious to know what killed it. I think it was a wasted move. I didn't need to bring the scout back over this way. Oh. I'm not exactly the professional at doing these narrated recordings, so if I make a lot of stupid mistakes, it's because I'm sort of on stage here feeling just a tad bit nervous. Trying to keep up my running monologue without being too boring, hopefully. Okay, so we're at 4 citizens. We just finished our worker. Oh, we haven't finished our worker yet, but we're at 4 citizens, and I'm going to go ahead and run this, and we're making pretty good gold per turn. We finished calendar. Philosophy is 28 turns away, which is going to put us right at turn 50, right? Once the library is out, obviously we'll be moving a little bit faster than that. But we're pushing the position already where we can afford to buy a library. But what I think we'll probably do is just keep saving this money, because we're gonna have 2 workers here. Excuse me. Just keep saving this money, and we'll buy the library in our second city and build the library in the capital. So the moment this worker comes out of the oven, we'll switch over and crank out our settler. Actually, I think we'll hammer down on the library, and then we'll crank out the settler. I don't know, we'll see. I haven't quite decided yet. We'll do something like that. And it's going to make the most sense to grab the marble first, I think. Even though it's not contributing to our growth, it will contribute to our ability to build the national college. So we'll probably build the marble, improve a farm, and then build another marble, or something like that. I don't know. We definitely do need to have our little farms going there, because we do want to be growing. That much is pretty much important. So, and we haven't gotten a declaration of friendship from anybody, and nobody's especially friendly to us. So we will start with a farm. Because really, if you're in a rush, selling gold per turn is not really as valuable as selling flat out gold. Oh, we don't have masonry. Yeah, that should be a giveaway right there, that I'm clearly not used to talking and playing at the same time. That I would try to improve a luxury that I don't have the time to. Alright, so we'll go ahead and we'll put a farm down there, and then for this guy, who's of course sitting in the north, so we'll waste some turns here. It's whatever. Hopefully you guys aren't going to be screaming at me too loudly for that. So yeah, the library first, because it'll speed up our path to philosophy. We're going to keep trying to push. We're not going to get 6 citizens before the library is done, but we might get somewhat close to it. So that'll make a difference as to when we push out the warrior, or the settler. If we push out the settler at 5 turns, that's fine. But if we're going to be just a couple of turns away from getting our 6th citizen, we'll go ahead and postpone the settler. Postpone the settler a little bit to get the 6 turns. That way we get the extra science out of the library. But I find it very unlikely that we'll actually get enough citizens to do it. I find it very unlikely. Well, we do seem to be growing a lot slower than I really feel like we should. It's just because we don't have a superfood. If we had a superfood, we would be doing a little better. If we had wheat or something like that, banana. And the other thing that would be really helpful for us here also would be a trade caravan. That if we could send one up to somebody, but we don't have a really nearby neighbor to send a trade caravan into. Wow, and these guys ended up right next to each other. Yeah, see, here we go again. I'm just sort of mindlessly battling away rather than playing a efficient, optimal game. They should be. Sorry about that. So, those of you out there that are, really intense about, you know, getting minimal turns to victory and, playing flawless and everything like that. That's not my general play style to begin with. I really play much more for enjoyment, and as long as I win in a timely fashion, I'm pretty happy and content. But this is a quote-unquote tutorial for people that are trying to do optimal play, so be a little forgiving, and it's all good. It's all good. Now, I think it also should be pretty clear here at this point that we are not going to actually have 4 cities on turn 6. We will have the national, or 60, I mean. We'll have the National College just about turn 60. Maybe by turn 60. It's going to be pretty tight, but we don't have the gold, and we need a declaration of friendship to be able to buy the extra settlers. And we just don't have it, so we're just not going to get it, and that's just all there is to it. That's okay. It's not the end of the world. The goal is National College by 60. And 4 settlements, 4 cities. It's all very relative to what the actual math looks like. So if we can get the National College up by about turn 60. With a couple of cities, then we've pretty much accomplished our goal. Pretty much. And then the rest of it is really dependent on the map, did you get a declaration of friendship so you could lump sum your luxuries? Did you get a lot of luxuries? Were your luxuries, like calendar luxuries are on the path to philosophy, so I don't have to dip down to, mining to grab a mining luxury, or to, clear forest or something like that. It makes a difference. Not that those techs take forever to research, but if you got to spend an extra 6 turns researching mining, well then you're getting into philosophy is going to take an extra 6 turns. It's whatever. So once this guy is done, and now the reason I haven't sold that luxury yet for gold per turn is because I'm sort of hoping still to get a random declaration of friendship here. It doesn't look like it's going to come to us, and so doesn't seem to really be much reason.
Saluti.
So we've only met 3 cities today, or three civs.
Assalamu alaikum.
So it's making me wonder if we shouldn't just go ahead and sell one of these gold per turn right away. Well, this next one will be improved here pretty soon, and we should have we should be able to get these guys going before we run out of happiness. We'll go ahead and do that. And then I think we're going to build a mine to help us actually produce our stuff a little bit faster. I don't know if I feel like busting that fog down there or not. I really would like to know where the rest of the civs are. I'm going to guess that the Pangaea is sort of running off this direction, so I'm going to just run this scout over in that direction. Okay, so yeah, this is all good. This is all good. So yeah, 3 turns to finish the library. Then we'll push out a. There we go. There we go. All right, now He's not the one I just sold my luxury to, is he? That totally
السلام عليكم.
sucked. Would have totally sucked.
ماذا كنت تقول؟
Like I said, I find it very rare that I don't get an early declaration of friendship. It just seems to consistently always happen. One of the civs out there will do it. And of course we don't have mining. See there, I just did that again. So we have a useless worker. And I guess we'll just go ahead and just build a farm that we don't really need. But yeah, I mean, look at that. If I had known at this point, right, I could have been building something entirely different. But, you know, you don't know. There's no way to know. So it's better to just go ahead and build a library. But I could have built, you know, water mills or, I mean, anything here in these intervening, because I have enough gold to do both. And I practically have enough gold to buy a settler. And yeah, let's actually, okay, so it's 12 turns to build the settler. If I buy the settler, I'm going to be just, unless I get a second declaration of friendship from somebody. Yeah, no, I'm just going to buy that settler. Because I will, just about the same time that I settle the settler, I'll have the money for the next one. I think a granary here is prudent. We have to decide where we're going to settle this guy. I think we'll go out here and grab the cotton. That's what we'll do. I think that's what we'll do. Really like hill rivers, and I really don't ever like to settle anything that's not a hill and a river, but for the purposes of this video, I don't think it really matters what we settle, does it? I mean, the point is just that we can settle another city, right? I think that's it. So let's just go ahead and run him over there. And I think that will be good. Yeah, see, now this guy's going to go over and pillage all my stuff. Is there ever a reason why you shouldn't do this? Well, yeah. And here it's coming, right? There he is. That's, if you needed a reason for why you shouldn't do this, it is a gambit. No, you know, just no way about it. It's a gambit. I'm going to lose both of these luxuries. You know, it's just what's going to happen. So yeah, let's just leave him right there. We'll send this guy to stand on the mud. Matter of fact, we're probably going to lose all of our improvements before we kill that thing, because we don't have archery. We don't have any other military. We're just kind of sitting bad here. Really, really, really hoping that guy would not do that. Okay, so there's philosophy. And so the question now is, what do we want to research next? Yeah, see, this guy's going to take forever to kill, because he's just going to sit there and keep healing every time I, bang on him. Okay, so we Okay, so one of these cottons just got nerfed. The other, I mean, I'm sorry, sugar, and the other sugar just ran out on its own time. So, right? Oh, it was the gold per turn. Okay, so yeah, and it's sort of gimpy, you know, that I'm going to be able to resell that guy now here in just a minute. And, you know. All right, so I think mining and marble are the next thing to get. And I probably should have just gone ahead. And I left this granary running. And I probably should have just gone ahead and switched over to the National College right away. But I think that the granary is sort of long term. I mean, if we were actually playing this out as an LP, the granary would be more valuable than getting the National College out on 2 turns. Yeah, and see, there goes the other one. So both of the ideals just got nerfed, just simply because I haven't taken proper care of my empire. I haven't teched important techs in order to defend myself. I haven't built an archer. I haven't done all the things that you would normally do in order to defend your empire. And if I had anybody other than Venice as a neighbor, I would be absolutely out of my mind to do this. Okay, the next question is can I get up on this hill and not die in 1 turn from this guy? I think I probably can, and we're going to risk it, which I probably shouldn't. I probably should have just gone ahead and settled that guy. Because if I lose that guy, then this whole thing is sort of moot. Yeah, alright, so you come here, and you come here, and you don't die. This is a mistake that is probably a big deal because I play on Immortal and the deity barbarians are a lot tougher than the Immortal barbarians. On Immortal, I wouldn't lose that well. I'm feeling extremely lucky. That was a remarkably bad choice on my part. Okay, purchase the library. Boom. We'll be happy again in 2 turns. And yeah, that was. I know those of you that play on deity were probably cringing pretty hard. So go ahead and sell you an embassy too. Alright, so next turn we'll start the National College, and then we'll see how many turns we have to go in order to finish it up. Okay, so get masonry out. And then it would be nice if we could actually save up enough money here to buy an archer. And here we'll do a... I guess it doesn't matter. We'll put out a worker. Well, actually. Yeah, I could just go ahead and lump sum sell one of these guys. I find that a little bit cheesy to do that. So it's not like I intentionally you know, pillaged my own resources. Alright, so now we're going to go ahead and reset the tiles, and we're just going to bear down as well as we can on this guy and sacrifice our growth for getting the National College up sooner rather than later. So that's our balance. So 14 turns. So there you go. That'll be National College on turn 70. Not turn 60, no. But you should be able to see that getting the National College up by turn 60 is possible. But you really have to... Actually, I should have just gone and given that to him because I had traded that to him originally. You know, it is definitely possible to do. I mean, you know, we missed it on this map, but you know. It's, you know, a goal that can be done. And in my personal opinion, I don't think it's worth it. I think aiming for the National College, I mean, I always tell people to aim for it because it's, you know, doing so, aiming to get this done by turn 60 improves your game, you know, sort of what you're thinking about and where you're going and what you're trying to accomplish quite a bit. But in terms of actually achieving it, I don't think generally it's a very good gambit to play. I think generally you're better off, you know, because I mean I lost these resources and it's, I probably should have sent this guy to China. And he can get there in time to actually make a difference. So. But yeah, there you go. That's one of the other things, you know. What decisions do you make? You know, how do you improve your game? What, you know, what resources do you have at your disposal to, you know, to speed this whole process up? And well, that's one of them. If you've got forest, you chop the National College. You know, when you're building your settler, it's really a good idea to chop the settlers because you're not growing while you're building the settler. Now this is going to take like 6 turns or something like that to improve. So it will probably, all told, I'm not even sure if it's going to shave an entire turn off the building of the National College. It'll shave just 1 turn off or half a turn or something. It's not going to shave much. Alright, and now the prudent thing is obviously archery. Alright, now we're running into right now one of the reasons why I don't like to sell my embassies, and that's because I was getting gold per turn for selling it, and now I'm losing, like, and as turns go by, this deficit is going to get larger and larger and larger, because I don't end up budgeting properly for when that runs out, and then I still have to buy their embassies back at some later point in the game, and I would honestly just as soon just know where his capital is right now, so I know where now I know where the Pangaea goes, all the way down there. Right, even though it scouts way up here, I think that little bit of information right there, that the Pangaea goes down this way, I think that's worth 25 gold. I'm just going to play this through and see where the National College actually finishes. And then all of you heavy hitter, professional player types out there can make all sorts of criticisms and just go easy on me. My skin is only medium thick, it's not super thick. So try not to blast me too hard for that. Alright, so archery, we're going to keep heading obviously down towards construction here. I don't normally actually research construction until I sort of feel like I have to, and on this map I'm definitely not feeling a need to research construction anytime soon. He's my only neighbor, he doesn't have any city-states, well I guess there's that one, but, it's not very likely he's going to, come after me anytime soon. And I sent this guy all the way up here thinking that the Pangaea went there, but it doesn't. It apparently comes all the way down here, so we'll just send this guy on a long walk down here. 19 turns. Wow, what a waste. What a waste. Alright, so yeah, 4 turns. Looks like turn 68. We'll see what happens when this marble here finishes. It actually shaped for now. And I think this actually maybe and no reason not to go ahead and keep getting marble to sell. Okay, if I sell that Lux, I'll be at 0 happiness. I do feel comfortable at this point, though. Selling, well, he doesn't have any money. I was going to go ahead and lump sum sell, but if we can get a second declaration of friendship from somebody, we have extra luxuries, and we would be able to buy another settler. I mean, we are in that position right now, as you can see, that we have surplus luxuries. I'll have 3 of these. This stuff will be coming out once I get this worker out. So we are in a position to be able to lump sum sell luxuries here pretty quickly to get another settler out. But on Brave New World, I don't, playing anybody other than Spain and getting really lucky, I don't think it is possible to get 4 cities with libraries and the National College up by turn 60. I don't think that that is physically possible to do. Okay, so that shaved White Oaks about 1 turn off. So let's go ahead and get these next 2 turns out. Improve. Well, yeah, we'll go ahead and do this. Let's not lose the worker. Yeah, we have a stupid barb camp up here. We spent all of our time doing nothing but building a library, building a settler, or buying a settler at least, and building the National College. That's all we've done, okay? There we go, National College is done. I'm going to work this way back. I probably should have worked them back earlier just to take care of my guys. So yeah, okay, let's assess at what we actually have here. National College is done by turn 68, which is fine. I mean, like I said, the get it by turn 60 is something that you can do. It's doable. You can see that you should be able to do it on some maps. This map is a good start, but it's not an overpowering start for it. Obviously, if you're going to get salts and stuff like that, it's good. But it is a gambit. And we could only do this because nobody really cared. He doesn't care that we're here. We can expand towards him. The barbs have been relatively nice to us. We did manage to make 1. I was hoping to make 2 friends to lump sell a little bit better. So yeah, we've got these techs done, but they weren't done in a timely fashion. I would have much preferred to have gotten some of these techs out before I started pushing down on philosophy. I mean, I would have rather have masonry before philosophy. I mean, I find that these techs down here are a little bit more valuable in the beginning. So I have a capital now at turn 68 that totally sucks. I mean, this is a tradition start. 5 population on turn 68 is pathetically bad. I mean, it really is. It's unless you're really not worried about population growth, this really should be 7, preferably even 9 population. 5 is just horrible, and that's because we had to spend so many turns just hammering out, and we had to build this settler, and so whatever. This guy's totally fine. He'll grow just like any other satellite city will. It does have a library up. Plus 23 science is not so shabby. I don't mind that whatsoever. So yeah, I mean, is this worth doing? I don't know. You choose. Is it possible to do? Yeah, it is possible to do. So there you go. Hope you enjoyed.